Kate here, hanging out in my own kitchen because it's Valentine's week, so I want to do something special for my baby dad, Pat. But problem is, I don't cook at all. I don't have time to go grocery shopping. I don't have time for any of that stuff. So I went with something super convenient. I went to omahasteaks.com, and then, most convenient of all, I invited Large over to do it all for me. Promo code Kate for $30 off. Minimum purchase may be required.
Right. So we went to omahasteaks.com. I was going to do the big tomahawks, but I just didn't know. The size of the kitchen, I didn't know if we were going to be grilling.
We'll have our own bone-in later on tonight. That's fine.
Then we're going to go ribeye. So we got a couple of New York strips, and we're going to season them room temperature, throw them in a screaming hot cast iron pan. We're going to cook them to a perfect medium rare. And you, my lady, are finally going to give Pat the meal he deserves. I brought the decanter, bought a very nice bottle of Cabernet, and we have this bad boy, right? So this is what we're going to do once this thing comes, right?
Hell yeah.
I mean, we might be able to just leave it there until we're ready. Oh!
I'm going to level with you. Part of why I don't cook is that it terrifies me.
Let's see, so we got a smoking hot pan right now.
Right, okay.
Perfectly seasoned smoking hot. Look at it glistening.
Okay.
It's kind of gorgeous. So that's ready to take a steak. We dry them a little bit just because we want that crust. And the salt that we put on it beforehand brings out some of the moisture. So we'll dry it, and then this is the best part, right? You want to hear that sound.
Sizzle.
And then I want to weigh them down so we get as much surface area on that cast iron as possible.
The chef can on top of that is what I normally would be eating. So this is a real treat.
Look at the crust.
Whoa. Can I flip one of them?
Yes.
Okay.
I want you to take it. You got a little bit of that fat rendered.
Oh man, I'm terrified of the
No.
stove. I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Flip it.
Ah!
Flip it. Look at
I get the size. I'm afraid of it. It looks beautiful. It smells great.
Give it a little rub while you're holding it.
Giving it a rub. Not gonna lie, genuinely thought there was a possibility I could burn the kitchen down in that moment. I'm afraid of the sizzling.
Okay.
Ah! Get the side a little bit.
Okay. Look at the crust on these things now. I'm actually going to turn the heat down a little bit. We're going to start to flavor them with some butter, but I'm not going to use regular butter. I'm going to use this compound butter that I got online at Omaha Steaks. So it's called their Butcher Steak Butter Sauce. I'm going to just pop this butter in. So a compound butter is when you add anything to butter when it's soft and you roll it into a tube. And now this is what's going to be a little bit scary for you, but we're going to tilt the pan and we're going to baste. Okay? So you're going to hold it up with one hand, and you're going to give it a little bit of a butter baste.
I'll say it. I feel like chef right now. Where is my Michelin star? The Barefoot Contessa, Ina Gartner. Bam! I feel like all of them combined.
I mean, before I get out of here, I'm actually going to check the batteries on the smoke detectors, because once she gets in there with cast iron, this whole place will be a death trap. All right, so these steaks looking good. Kate, your gratin is ready. Can you please take that out?
Yes.
Please?
Look at this bad boy. Perfectly crispy.
That's $4.25 for 40 minutes, and that looks fantastic.
I'm gonna eat it with the knife.
All right, Joe.
I'm gonna just dig right in. I can actually do this. This is a meal
Right.
that I could actually cook.
So listen, right now we've used Omaha New York strips. We use the cauliflower gratin. We have the compound butter. We still have the parfaits that we're going to use. I use their salt and pepper seasoning. You can get all of this at omahasteaks.com. You can use the code KATE, K-A-T-E at checkout. You're going to get $30 off, but there may be a minimum purchase required.
Minimum purchase required, perhaps.
Yeah, but go there and you can put together a dinner like this. All right, so I think it's going to be good. So we got a nice sear on it. You said you liked it medium.
That's how I prefer it.
That's how you prefer it.
The haters will hate, but that's how I like it.
All right, so for a girl who likes her steak done medium to medium well and said that she'd like to do it closer to medium today, I think I got that. I think we did a fantastic job.
A little bit.
I'm rushing you, yeah. I don't mean to complain, I wasn't here to drink, but she was 3 or 4 glasses deep before I even had a sip of wine.
Free wine, thanks Large, free wine. Fun note, my wine glasses are all plastic, but
This is perfect.
that doesn't make a difference, right? Cheers.
We're gonna do dessert, okay? So we're gonna do dessert, but we're gonna have Omaha Steaks do all the heavy lifting. We're gonna have their chocolate parfaits, but I think it just needs a little something extra to make it homemade. We're gonna make whipped cream. So one of the most important things about making whipped cream, everything's gotta be cold. So we've had this in the freezer.
Yep. I've had this for years and I've used it one time.
And then to that, we're gonna add 2 cups of heavy whipping cream.
Oh, that's thick.
It's thick, yeah.
That's thick.
We're gonna go 1/2 cup of confectioner's sugar, a teaspoon.
If you need help cooking steaks or anything too, you can always let me know. There's no shame in it.
Please don't hit me when I'm using vanilla.
Okay, fair enough.
So now we're just gonna whip this. Come here, camera guy, look inside this bowl, because once it starts to form peaks.
It's another important Valentine's Day lesson. You do not want to beat it too hard.
You do not want to.
You don't want to peak.
Yes.
You don't want to peak too soon.
No.
I'm genuinely amazed.
Isn't that kind of cool? Okay, so I think it's starting to form some peaks. Turn it off. I'm lifting it up, and that's a peak, right? So I want you to tell me anything you ever had, other than the Whippets. There is no reason to buy an aerosol can again. That's very good.
Damn, that's good.
So fucking good, isn't it? Right? All right, so this is your dessert. So this is already a perfect little chocolate parfait from Omaha Steaks. And we're gonna throw in just a little bit of the homemade whipped cream on top of that.
And this is perfect for me, like somebody who doesn't cook. It still makes me feel like I've done something.
Right,
I think Omaha Steaks does the heavy lifting. I add a little zhuzh, I feel.
I don't want to split hairs, but I've done most of the lifting.
Where's my wine?
I've done most of the lifting. I gotta be honest, I don't know how she lasted this long. So we're gonna go right over the top, coming off of a chocolate bar, right?
Again, so simple. This would impress the hell out of me.
I think so. So a little bit of confectioner's sugar over it, and the piece de resistance. The moonshine marinated cherries, the cherry bombs.
I'm gonna say it. Pat's going down on me tonight.
Yes,
He's gonna go down on me tonight. I know it. Once that comes out on the table after the steak, the au gratin.
Right.
Absolutely.
All right, so that's dessert. Let's put it all together.
We did it. We did it. I cooked an entire Valentine's meal just for Pat. I did it all on my own. This is my skill, and it's all possible because of Omaha Steaks. I've never felt like a chef before. I feel like a chef right now.
You do, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty easy too.
Yeah,
so
this is great.
parfaits, strip steaks, cauliflower, good bottle of wine, homemade whipped cream, moonshine marinated cherries. I don't think he deserves any more than that, to be quite honest with you.
But really, thank you so much for the dinner large.
Of course, yeah,
really.
it's my pleasure. Listen, before I go, I want to give you this. So every Valentine's Day, I get a bunch of them, and every time I give it to Annie, she loves it, and it really helps out. So it's from me to you, right, for Valentine's Day, and I think that's going to make everything complete. I'll get started on the dishes. You go do your thing.
Look at the crotch on this thing. Pat's gonna love this.
What crotch? There you go.
Okay. All right, thanks.
You said large got this for us? Does it fit?
Humina.
Come get tangled in the web.
I bought the lingerie for her, obviously, but I gotta be honest, I'm a little bit uncomfortable with how much I like the way Pat looked in it.
Babe, I'm loving these Omaha steaks.
Well, you know what I love almost as much as these Omaha Steaks?
What's that?
$30 off with promo code KATE, omahasteaks.com. Minimum orders may apply. In all honesty though, this to me is proof that you don't have to have a fancy kitchen, fancy cookware, fancy anything to have a really fancy meal with Omaha Steaks. Genuinely so good. As soon as this is done, I'm gonna crush the rest of it. So thanks to Omaha Steaks. If you're like me, put the canned food down, omahasteaks.com. Promo code KATE, of course, $30 off your first order. Minimum orders may apply.